Hello, everybody. My name is Hansi Grenda, and today I would like to do a little book review of a very special book from a very special author. The author is called Osho, and the book is called The Supreme Understanding. It was written in 1980 by Osho. Let's start with Osho. Osho, the author, actually had just the last year of his life the name Osho. Because before he had different names, his first name, or actually his naturally born name, is Ranesh Mohan Jain, and he was born on 11th December 1931 in India, and he died in 1990 in India. Who was Osho? Osho was the oldest child of 11 children. He got raised the first 7 years by his grandparents, but unfortunately his grandfather died when he was 7. And with 14 he lost even his cousin, which was very close to him. So he had very bad health. He got depressions. He was a bit melancholic, and he started to run every day 15 to 25 kilometers. He did a lot of meditation, and he really tried to get his believing back in the Hinduism, because he thought how it can be that the creator is taking so close relatives from me, and with 19 years he started to study philosophy, and he was really a good student, but he always had to say what he was thinking, and sometimes it's not that good. So he had troubles with his teachers and lecturers, and he finished. He made his master in philosophy in 1957. From then on, he started to work as a lecturer in a famous university in India. But after a few weeks, the rector of this university told him it might be better if you find another job in 1 year. So he moved to the next university, where he spent it around like 7 years to educate his students. And after that, he decided to be not anymore working for the university. He just wanted to give lectures, and he wanted to spread his idea of religion, because he said the main problem is that the most religions are very unnatural, and the people behave nowadays very unnatural, and that they have to come back to be more like, well, not like animals, but they should do whatever they want to do. He wanted to change the whole system. So he had not only friends, and sometimes it was not easy for. In 1968, he opened his first meditation camps, where he made very special kinds of meditation, like active meditation with a lot of movement. And this should help the people to get easier and quicker calm and ready for the real meditation. He also started to build like some little ashram in Mumbai, and there he had his first like students. And in 1971, the first Western people came to him to get his ideas, to understand his way of meditation. And so he got slowly more and more popular also in the. He founded an organization, or actually a kind of religion, which was called Neo Sannyas. The Sannyas is a traditional Hindu group, and the most people which belong to this religion or to this group, they are like sadhus or ascets. So they try not to take part in the real life. They just preach. They meditate. They live in ashrams. It's similar to our monks, but a bit more extreme, I would say. And a typical sign for those ascetics was that they are wearing like orange clothes, and also like the preaching a necklace called mala. It's a necklace which consists of 108 wooden balls, and they use it to preach. But his idea was to steal this idea for his new religion, the Neo Zenius. But he actually said to everybody that you should be natural, that you should not behave like there is no real world. You cannot go just in a monastery and stay there and preach your whole life. This is the wrong way. You have to live your life and to take what you want, such things. So he got more and more famous because this kind of religion seemed also very good for the Western people, and many people, also like many psychology doctors, came to him because they wanted to learn his East way of thinking, and they wanted to combine his meditation techniques with their techniques of psychology. And so yeah, to the life. His idea was just like live your life, be in the now, don't think of yesterday, don't live in the future. You have to understand that there is just now, and that the idea of security is actually not really existing, because nothing is secure in a life, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. We just should try to live our life. And also because of his meditation techniques and his ashrams, which he founded, he got the bad press because some people started to call him a sex guru because of some special meditation techniques which are related or connected with sexuality. And his idea was also that there is like this one energy in our body, and this is the sexual energy and our life energy, and that with special techniques you can increase your life or sex energy, and actually it's the same. So he actually was not so interested into sex and all that stuff, but yeah, the magazines, the press, they just tried to say, yeah, that he's a sex guru, and this was not so good for him. And in 1980 he moved to the United States, and there he opened really a big ashram. He opened it in mm, where he opened it in Oregon. Yeah, and it was really a big project. He had like 100 people working, and there was like 30 doctors, and it got bigger and bigger. At the end, it was like a small city, and at the beginning it was not really a problem, but later on, the people from that place, they were against his meditations, against all those people who are coming, and well. Finally he even somebody tried to kill him. One Indian guy tried to kill him with a knife, and yeah, it was, he was not anymore so secure. And also the US government tried to find something against him, and finally they said that he helped people to immigrate without permission, and he nearly ended in court actually. But well, let's come back to our book. So, this book has 10 chapters, and the basic of this book is actually that Osho tries to translate very old Mahamudra. Mahamudra is something like kind of song, or like some lyrics, and he tries to translate it in our time, that we can understand what's the meaning of this song, the Mahamudra song. It was written from a very famous Buddhist tantrika, and he lived like 11 centuries before our time. So it's very old, and it tells the story how the master Tilopa is telling to his student Naropa the essence of life. And for this reason, I think the best is I will read out now a little bit of this book for you. Um, let's start about the Mahamudra. Mahamudra is an experience of nothingness. Simple, you are not, and when you are not, then who is there to suffer? Who is there to be in pain and anguish? Who is there to be depressed and sad? And who is there to be happy and blissful? Buddha says that if you feel you are blissful, you will become again a victim of suffering, because you are still there. When you are not, completely not, utterly not, then there is no suffering and no bliss, and this is the real bliss. Mahamudra rests on art without making an effort, but remaining loose and natural. So we see this like four sentences of this mudra, and it really explains to us how we can get in the state of enlightenment, how we can get rid of our pain, of our suffering, of everything. And the whole book, you always will see again some sentences of this long song, and the description or the interpretation of Osho, how he sees it. This is the whole method of Tilopa and the whole method of Tantra, without making an effort, because if you make an effort, the ego is strengthened. If you make an effort, you come in. Obvious. As long as if it's natural and it's easygoing and comes by yourself, you don't need to put in your ego, and that's the problem. So don't fight yourself, be loose, don't try to make structure around yourself or character of morality. Don't discipline yourself too much, otherwise very discipline will become the bondage. Remain loose, floating, move with the situation, respond to the situation. Don't move with the character, check it around you. Don't move with a fixed attitude. So what he wants to say is that everything should float, everything has to move. And this book really fascinated me, because Osho knows how to explain on a with a very easy language, very big themes and old themes, and I think that you can learn a lot from this book. But well, you always have to decide what you want to take for yourself or what not, because if you just read it, for example, and you have no roots and you're not grounded, it also can be very dangerous, because still people understand things wrong. So Osho, for example, tells that there is like different stages of actually he tells it in this book. I'm not sure if I can tell you, but well, this I will tell you, but not more. He says like there is different levels of understanding, like 95% of the world inhabitants, they live from the idea of taking. They think if they take things, if they get things, that they will get more happy, because if they can buy a new car or they buy this or that, it makes them happy. But actually, no, it will never make them happy, because they always will feel somehow inside empty, because they want more and more. The second stage would be like people who love to give. They try to give everything. They want to help people. They want to make the world a better place. But well, if you want to give to somebody, you have to take it from something. It's hard just to give without taking, because it has to come from somewhere. And so those people actually are also under pressure, because they want to do more and more and more. And actually they also destroy themselves on some way. There is also many people who are really strong believers, and they live for their God or for their religion, and deep inside still they feel like they miss something, like they miss the real world, or like fun and making party and such things, they think they are suffering on one way. So even those people who live a very holy life, they are also not happy. And then you got the third stage. The third stage is a kind of I don't care feeling. Like you say, I don't care for this, I don't care for that. Everything, it's not important for me. So it's hard to touch those people, because if you don't have something, if you don't want something, what can you lose? But still, Osho says, like the fourth stage, which is also explained in Tantra, is the highest stage to reach, and this is actually the real understanding of enlightenment. And yeah, well, I would recommend you really to read this book, and not only reading might be too less. You really should try to reflect it and use also some of these very interesting meditation techniques which are written in this book. And you will see after a while, when you go for it, you can really see that it works. There are really good techniques inside. And last but not least, there is also something what I really like to criticize. It's Osho's way of thinking of yoga, because he always says, like at least 100 times in the book, that yogis are on the wrong way, and that just Tantra is the right way. And I think this is not good to say, because there are many different ways which lead or bring us to Rome, how they used to say. So, well, yeah. I hope you liked my book review of Osho, The Supreme Understanding. And, well, so you can buy it, or you also can download it. You just have to go on Osho's page. It's www.osho.com, and have a look, and yeah, enjoy. Bye.